Latoya and Elena were two sisters. They loved looking at the night sky. One day they got a big surprise. A real spaceship was in their backyard. It was shiny and silver. It had a big door. The door opened just for them. It was time for an adventure. A big cosmic adventure. They were going to space. This was not a dream. This was real. The girls felt so excited. They held hands tightly as they walked up the ramp. What would they see up there? Inside the spaceship, everything was amazing. There were so many buttons. The buttons blinked with bright lights. Red, blue, and green lights flashed all around. Big windows showed the world outside. Latoya pointed to a big red button. Elena giggled and pointed to a blue one. They sat in special chairs. The chairs were soft and comfy. A friendly voice came from a speaker. It said, "Prepare for liftoff." The sisters buckled their seatbelts. They were ready. Their hearts beat fast like little drums. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8. The sisters counted along. 7, 6, 5. The whole ship started to shake. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! A loud roar filled the air. Fire and smoke pushed the ship up, up, up. They pushed back into their seats. It felt like a super fast elevator ride. They looked out the window. Their house got smaller. Their town got smaller. Soon, the whole Earth looked like a beautiful blue and white marble. They were really in space. The shaking stopped. The loud noise was gone. It was quiet now. Latoya and Elena unbuckled their seatbelts. They pushed off their chairs, and they floated. They were floating inside the spaceship. Elena did a slow-motion somersault in the air. Latoya giggled as she bumped gently against the ceiling. This was zero gravity. It was so much fun. They were like little balloons, drifting around. Their amazing cosmic adventure had just begun. They couldn't wait to see what they would discover next in the big, wide universe. Soon, two friendly astronauts floated over. They wore cool white spacesuits. "Welcome, space explorers," said one astronaut named Captain Eva. "I'm Captain Eva, and this is Commander Leo," said the other. They smiled big, warm smiles. Latoya and Elena were so happy to meet them. The astronauts helped the girls put on their own small spacesuits. The suits were puffy and white. They had big helmets with clear visors. Now they looked like real astronauts, ready for anything the cosmos had to offer. Captain Eva showed them how to move in their suits. "These suits protect us," she explained. "They give us air to breathe. This is a spacesuit. A spacesuit is like a personal spaceship. It keeps you safe." Commander Leo showed them how to use the gloves. The gloves were big and let them grab things. Elena tried to catch a floating water bubble. The water bubble wiggled away. Everyone laughed. Life in space was very different from life on Earth. It was a playful floating world. Next, it was time for a space snack. The food was special. It came in little packets. Latoya had applesauce. She squeezed it right into her mouth. Elena had yummy space ice cream. It was dry and crunchy, but melted in her mouth. "Even eating is an adventure here," Elena said with a full mouth. The astronauts showed them how they sleep. They sleep in special sleeping bags. The sleeping bags are attached to the wall. This stops them from floating away while they dream of stars and planets. Living in space is all about teamwork. Commander Leo explained this. "We all work together here," he said. "We help each other with experiments. We help each other fix things." Latoya and Elena learned an important lesson. Exploring the unknown is easier when you do it with friends. The sisters promised to help each other on their adventure. They were a team. Captain Eva and Commander Leo were their new space friends. Together, they were ready to explore the solar system and all its wonders. The spaceship flew closer to a big red planet. "That is Mars," said Captain Eva. "This is a planet. A planet is a big ball that goes around a star. Mars is called the red planet. It is red because it is covered in rusty dust." The spaceship landed gently on its surface. Latoya and Elena walked on Mars. Their boots made footprints in the red soil. They looked at the tall mountains and deep canyons. It was a quiet and beautiful world, all colored in shades of red and orange. Next, they zoomed toward the biggest planet. "Look, that is Jupiter," said Commander Leo. "Jupiter is a gas giant. It is very, very big. You could fit all the other planets inside it." Jupiter was covered in swirling clouds. The clouds made stripes of white, yellow, and brown. The girls saw the great red spot. It is a giant storm. It has been spinning for hundreds of years. The storm is bigger than the whole planet Earth. The sisters were amazed by its huge size. Their tour continued past a beautiful planet with rings. "Hello, Saturn!" Elena shouted. "Saturn has rings!" The rings are made of ice and rock. They sparkle in the sunlight. They looked like a giant, glittery hula hoop around the planet. The spaceship flew carefully through a gap in the rings. Tiny ice crystals drifted past their window like cosmic snowflakes. Latoya tried to count all the rings, but there were too many. Each planet was unique and had its own special secret to share with the curious sisters. They saw other planets too. They saw Venus, which is very hot. They saw Neptune, which is icy and blue. Our solar system has many planets. Each one is different. Each one is special. Latoya and Elena learned that a solar system is a family. It is a family of planets, moons, and other things. They all circle around a star. Our star is the sun. The sisters felt very smart. They were learning so much about their cosmic neighborhood and all the amazing places within it. As the spaceship traveled, the girls saw amazing sights. They saw stars. A star is a giant ball of hot, glowing gas. Our sun is a star. It gives us light and warmth. Out here in deep space, the stars did not twinkle. They shone with a steady, brilliant light. There were billions of them. They looked like tiny diamonds scattered on a huge black blanket. Some stars were blue, some were white, and some were red. The universe was full of these beautiful, shining lights that lit up the darkness. Suddenly, a bright streak of light zipped past their window. "What was that?" asked Latoya. "That was a comet," explained Captain Eva. "This is a comet. A comet is a ball of ice and dust. It travels through space. When it gets close to the sun, it grows a long, glowing tail. It looks like a cosmic snowball with a beautiful, streaming ribbon." They also saw asteroids. An asteroid is a space rock. They floated through an asteroid belt, carefully dodging the big and small rocks that tumbled slowly through space. For souvenirs, the girls got to collect some special things. Commander Leo helped them use a robot arm on the spaceship. They carefully picked up a small, smooth space rock from an asteroid. It was a real asteroid. They also collected a jar of sparkly red dust from Mars. These were the best souvenirs ever. They would remind them of their incredible journey. They put their treasures in a special box to keep them safe. They couldn't wait to show everyone back on Earth what they had found in space. All adventures must come to an end. It was time to go home. The spaceship turned around and headed back to the beautiful blue marble. As they got closer, Latoya and Elena looked out the window one last time. They saw stars, planets, and the giant galaxy called the Milky Way. They felt happy and inspired. They knew they would never forget their cosmic adventure. They landed softly in their backyard, right where they started. The big door opened, and they stepped out, holding their box of space souvenirs and a universe full of new knowledge.